In the beginning, there was a man named Jacob, his destiny intertwined with the divine, his story etched in the sands of time. The tale of Jacob is not just a story, it's an epic, an example of the human spirit's resilience and unyielding faith in higher powers. It's a story that bridges the chasm of time, connecting the ancient world with the modern one, the human with the divine. Chapter 21 of Genesis introduces us to Jacob as man of faith. He was a man not just of faith, but of great faith. His faith was like a mighty river that flowed through the barren landscapes of his life, strong and unyielding, carving its own path. He was a persistent dreamer, someone who believed in the power of visions and the strength of dreams. Jacob wasn't just a dreamer, he was a figure whose life was marked by a series of remarkable encounters. These encounters weren't just fascinating, they were pivotal, shaping his destiny and defining who he was as a person. They were the moments that highlighted his character's strength and resilience, painting a vivid picture of the man he was. His lineage was one of honor and faith. He was the son of Isaac, the grandson of Abraham, and the man who would father 12 sons who would go on to form the 12 tribes of Israel. His ancestry was not just about bloodline, but also about a continuing legacy of faith, a strong connection with the divine that spanned generations. The tale of Jacob's life was marked by struggle. His were not just physical, but also spiritual and emotional. They began on the day of his birth when he came out holding his twin brother Esau's heel. This was more than a mere act of a newborn, it was a symbol of his inherent wrestling spirit, a sign of the struggles that lay ahead. His adult life was no different. It was marked by a significant wrestling match with an angel, a profound event that showcased not just his physical strength but also his spiritual resilience. He didn't just wrestle with the angel, he prevailed over it. This wasn't just a victory, it was a transformation. And so his name was changed to Israel, meaning he who struggles with God, marking him as a man who dared to engage with the divine. This name was not just a label, it was a badge of his spirit, a testament to his unyielding faith and resilience. In the end, he remained a testament to the human spirit's courage to engage with the divine. His was a story of faith, struggle, and transformation, etched forever in the sands of time. The narrative continues with Jacob's journey to Haran, where he finds himself in a place of unfamiliar terrain and faces many unforeseen challenges. In this land, he meets a young woman who takes his breath away, Rachel, the younger daughter of his uncle Laban. Her presence is like a radiant ray of sunbeam that brightens up his world, offering him hope and solace in a strange foreign land. Rachel's captivating beauty and warm demeanor make Jacob feel as if he has found the missing piece of his heart. Jacob's love for Rachel is steadfast, powerful, and unwavering. It is a love that transcends boundaries and is deep enough to withstand any adversities. Yet he is tricked into marrying her elder sister Leah. A deceptive scheme orchestrated by Laban himself, a twist of fate, makes Jacob marry Leah instead of Rachel. Leah, who is not the woman he loved, nevertheless becomes his wife, carries a quiet strength and grace in her heart. However, the deception does not quell Jacob's love for Rachel. Instead, it fuels him to work even harder, stoking his determination and resolve. Jacob is willing to labor for another 7 years in the heat and dust, under the scorching sun and chilling winds, just for the chance to marry Rachel. Every bead of his sweat, every callus on hands, each scar on his body becomes a testament to his unwavering love for Rachel. His time in Haran, however, isn't just about his romantic saga. It's a period marked by divine intervention, surreal dreams, and the birth of his 12 sons, each one a unique chapter of his life. His experiences become lessons of wisdom, his dreams become prophecies, and his sons carriers of his legacy. Reuben, the firstborn, to Benjamin, the youngest, each son is a reflection of Jacob's character, his hopes, and his dreams. Despite Laban's deceit and manipulative exploitation, Jacob not only survives but thrives. He becomes prosperous, his flocks increase, and his stature grows. In the face of adversity, Jacob remains resilient and steadfast. He never loses his faith, nor does he let go of his perseverance. His trials and tribulations, his faith and unwavering spirit become a testament to his character. Through Jacob's story, we understand the power of determination, the strength of character, and the unyielding nature of true love. After 20 long years spent in Haran, Jacob feels a stirring in his heart, a yearning for the familiar surroundings of his childhood home. He knows instinctively that it is time to leave the foreign land and make the journey back to where his roots are. The thought fills him with a sense of trepidation, yet it is tinged with anticipation. For 2 long decades he has built a life in Haran, but now the call of his native land is too strong to ignore. He leaves behind the life he has known for so long and embarks on a journey filled with uncertainty but crucial personal growth. The path ahead is fraught with challenges, both physical and spiritual, yet Jacob remains resolute. He knows that this journey is not merely a geographical relocation, but a spiritual reawakening. As he sets out, he is a different man than the one who left his homeland all those years ago. His time in Haran has shaped him, molded him into a resilient and determined individual. During the course of this journey, he wrestles with the divine entity. This encounter is not merely a physical struggle, it is a profound spiritual experience that alters the course of Jacob's life. He wrestles with the divine being, grappling with questions of faith, identity, and purpose. In the midst of this struggle, he receives a blessing, a divine affirmation that changes his perception of himself and his future. This blessing marks a significant turning point in his life, a moment that cements his faith and strengthens his resolve. The impact of this divine is far-reaching. It changes Jacob, strengthening his resolve and renewing his faith. He realizes that he is no longer the same man who left his homeland all those years ago. He has grown, evolved, and emerged as a more robust and spiritual being. His journey has not just been a physical one, but a spiritual one, a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Finally, his return to his native land is marked by a momentous event, a reconciliation with his estranged brother Esau. This meeting is not merely a reunion of siblings, but a symbol of peace, signifying the end of a long-standing conflict and the beginning of a time of tranquility and prosperity. This reconciliation is not just a personal achievement for Jacob, but a testament to his growth and evolution. His return is marked by reconciliation with his estranged brother Esau, signaling a time of peace and prosperity. The narrative comes to a turning point as it veers towards the story of Jacob's offspring, specifically his cherished son Joseph. Joseph, an exceptional boy, was Jacob's favorite because of his ability to dream dreams that could predict the future. Joseph was a dreamer, an interpreter of visions that seemed to flow from a divine source. Often he would wake up from sleep, his eyes bright with the reflections of his dreams that seemed too extraordinary to be of this world. His dreams were filled with symbols with sheaves of grain bowing to him and stars bowing before him, a clear sign of his eminence. His brothers, however, found these dreams not only outrageous but also threatening, as though they were a direct challenge to their own positions in the family hierarchy. Joseph's brothers were not just envious, they harbored a deep-seated antagonism towards him, inflamed by the blatant favoritism Jacob showed towards Joseph. The animosity was further fueled by the beautiful, multicolored robe Jacob made for Joseph, a clear sign of his affection and the special place Joseph held in his father's heart. Burning with resentment and jealousy, the brothers couldn't stand the sight of Joseph. The sight of the robe was a reminder of the favoritism that they so despised. One day, in a heinous act of sibling rivalry turned bitter, they sold Joseph to a caravan of Ishmaelite traders passing by, thus condemning their brother to a life of slavery. The act of selling Joseph into slavery was not a spontaneous decision, but a planned plot to remove him from their midst. The brothers were willing to go to any lengths to ensure that Joseph's dreams would not come true, even if it meant they had to bear the guilt of their actions for the rest of their lives. This act of treachery, however, unbeknownst to them, set in motion a series of events that would not only change the destiny of their brother, but of their entire region. It was through this act that Joseph was led down a path that would ultimately enable him to rise to a position of power and save the entire region from famine. Genesis chapters 21 through 30 are a tale of faith, struggle, divine encounters, love, deceit, and reconciliation. These chapters are not just some narratives from the past, they are immense reservoirs of wisdom that hold relevance today and will continue to do so in times to come. They guide us through the labyrinth of life and help us understand its true essence. The tale of faith depicted in these chapters is one that resonates with each one of us. It is about the unwavering belief in a higher power's plan and the courage to take the leap of faith even when the path seems obscure. This faith, as depicted in Genesis, isn't about blind following, but about conscious surrender, a deep-rooted trust that is born of spiritual wisdom and understanding. The struggle, showcased in these chapters, is the testimony of the human spirit's resilience. It's about the hardships we face, the tribulations we endure, and the relentless tenacity that helps us survive and thrive even in the face of adversity. It's about how the struggle shapes us, molds us, and ultimately defines us. The divine encounters that these chapters speak of are a reflection of our own life experiences. They teach us about the mysterious ways in which the divine manifests itself. They remind us that every encounter, every interaction, and even the smallest event is a divine rendezvous, carrying a hidden message for us to decipher. The chapters are also about love, a love that is pure, selfless, and enduring. The kind of love that is tested by the harshest circumstances, yet remains unbroken. The kind of love that is not just about fleeting emotions, but deep-rooted commitment and understanding. Deceit, as portrayed in these chapters, is a stark reminder of the darker side of human nature. It serves as a warning to us about the pitfalls of dishonesty and the destructive consequences it can have on our relationships. It urges us to uphold honesty and integrity, even when the temptation to stray is strong. And finally, the chapters are about reconciliation. They teach us that no rift is too wide, no conflict too severe, that it cannot be resolved with mutual understanding and forgiveness. They remind us that reconciliation is not just about burying the hatchet, but about healing the wounds of the past and moving forward with a renewed sense of harmony. So as we close this chapter of Genesis, we are left with profound lessons. Remember to share this video with those you think might appreciate these teachings. And don't forget to subscribe to receive more insight into the rich tapestry of religious texts. Thank you for journeying through these chapters with us. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep the flame of curiosity burning bright.